Hi and welcome to this video in which I'm going to give you an overview of the entire Tellet platform. I'm not going to go into all of the detail. You'll find those more detailed videos elsewhere on the channel, but this is more giving you a top-line overview of the platform. So the first thing you'll notice here is we're in this design tab, and we split the Tellet platform into three phases: the design tab, the share tab, and then the results tab over here. So this is where we design our discussion guide. So let's have a look at section 1, which is the instructions to the AI. So the first thing you'll notice here is these modes of responses. This is the modes of responses that you want to be able to allow the participants to communicate with you during the Tellet interview. So we can allow them to type their answers, upload videos, give voice note answers, and that's really key to the Tellet platform. We would say that Tellet is really a voice-first platform. The reason being is that we know that when participants speak their answer rather than type their answers, they tend to give answers that are, on average, 300% longer, way more emotive, way more descriptive, and just much more insightful. So you can also allow them to upload images. So our system is able to then understand what is in the image and then ask follow-on questions about what it's seen in the image. Next, you can give your interviewer a name, you can input your company name, but the important bit here really is the research objective. This is where you'll input your goal. What's the objective for this study? What are we looking to understand? Next, who are we talking to? In this case, in this demo for this Planet Fresh laundry pods, we're going to be speaking to adults in the UK, the USA, India, South Africa, and Korea, which brings me on to languages. So I'm just going to scroll up here. So here you can see that you have the ability to set a primary language. In my case, I'm going to set that to English. But importantly, you can then determine, do you want the participants to be able to choose what language they do the interview in? In this case, yes, we do. And then also you can determine what language you want the analysis to be delivered back to you in. Here on privacy, GDPR and compliance, so the platform is built on Microsoft Azure, which means we can guarantee that none of the data that we collect is used to train any of the models. And from a GDPR perspective, we are a processor and you, the client, is the controller. So you simply need to copy and paste the link to your privacy policy here. You can also change the tone of voice. We give you various different tones of voices to choose from. Friendly is a good benchmark. And you can also reskin the chat client. So this is the chat client here over on the right hand side. And you can put that into either your company or agency brand colors or into the colors of your client. So currently over here in the pink and green, it's in the Tellet colors. But let's imagine for a second that this were an interview for Amazon, in which case all we need to do is reskin that, click Save Changes, and then now we're in the Amazon colors. And it's super simple to upload those colors to the Tellet platform. You have all of these fully customizable hex codes here, and you can also upload your company's logo, and that will appear for the participants as well. So next, let's move on to screening. So the platform is able to offer screening, and the screening really serves two purposes. One, to screen people in and out and make sure that we're talking to exactly the right audience. So for example here, the question is, which of the following do you currently use most often for doing laundry? And we only want to speak to people who are using laundry pods. So this is the qualifying answer. All of the other answers are disqualifying. So we're just speaking to that particular audience who already use laundry pods. But sometimes maybe we don't want to screen anybody out. We're actually just looking to capture that data that we can then use to filter at a later date. So for example, where do you live? And then you can see that all of the answers here from UK, USA, South Africa, India, and Korea, well, they're all qualifying answers. And so everybody who answers will remain screened in, but it just allows us then to filter the results at a later date based upon the answer that they gave. So we can say, I just want to see the answers from the people from India, for example. And now we're into the discussion guide. So what we have here is a fully customizable opening message, and then the questions. In this demo example, we've got 4 questions here. So we've got the question 1 is, when you first look at this packaging, and this is the packaging here, so this is the stimulus, what stands out to you most? And we've uploaded this stimulus here, so it's possible to upload all kinds of stimulus, from videos to images to audio, so great for concept designs, creative testing, yeah, you can upload that stimulus and then get participants to give you their reaction to it. And then importantly, so we've got this question we know will always be asked, and then the researcher has programmed any number of AI probes. So let's say we're going to have two probes on this question. So that means that we're going to have two follow-up questions that the AI is going to ask. So we know that this question is always going to be asked. We know that the AI is going to ask two follow-on probing questions. What we don't necessarily know is what those questions will be. However, we do have a good sense. They'll be based upon, firstly, what did the participants say? Secondly, what was the research objective that you input at the start? And then thirdly, if you want to use it, we give you this feature here, which is our probing guide. And this, in effect, allows you to add an objective on a question by question basis. So perhaps when we were asking this question around looking at the packaging, we were really looking to see how clearly this plastic-free messaging was standing out. Then we could add this as a probing guide. So we could put in here, explore how clearly the plastic-free messaging was communicated. And now we've given the AI a further objective for this question, so that if any participants don't mention this plastic-free, then the AI will make sure that it follows up on that particular element of the packaging. And if you want to add a new question, very, very simple. Simply click Add Question, come in here and input your question, upload any stimulus, any media if you have it or want it, determine how many AI probing questions you want, how deep do you want the AI to probe, and if you want to, add in a probing guide as well. So that's section 4, which is on the discussion guide build itself, and then section 5, super simple. This is on the maximum number of respondents. So it just enables you to put a cap on the maximum number of respondents. So that's the design of the Tellet platform. Now, if we're going to quickly move on to the Share tab, so let's come here. And what we do with the Share tab is we give you a sandbox link, and that enables you to share that particular Tellet perhaps with your colleagues or indeed your clients, so that they can take part in a Tellet interview before it goes live. It means that you can just make sure that you're really happy with the direction of the interview, the flow, that the probing is at the right level. We also then give you this live link, and that link won't go live until you hit publish over here. And then if you're doing a panel integration, we make it super simple to integrate really with any panel. Simply put in the name of your panel. Let's say we're working with Prolific in this case. This link here is the link that you will provide to the Prolific panel, and then Prolific in turn will give you a confirmation link, and they might give you a screen out link as well. Now let's move on to the results, and for the results we give you an overview of the entire study. So this was a study we did on meal delivery services, so we'll give you all the kind of top line statistics, and also you can go through on a question by question basis to get the headline for each question, and then you can come through on a question by question basis. So here you can see these are all the different questions that we had for this particular study. You can come in, you'll see that we provide you with these AI generated categories and data visualizations. They might be in this single category mode if it's something more quant-like, or if we're looking at something a bit more explorative. So this question is, can you share the main reasons why you prefer ordering meal delivery instead of cooking at home? So participants could give any number of answers to that particular question, and now instead it's in this multiple mode, and what that means is that we've built a code frame. So a person's answer can now sit across multiple codes. These codes are fully customizable as well, so you can completely edit and adjust them. We'll also provide you with summaries across the entire answer. And whenever we provide you with a summary, we're also going to be able to provide you with verbatims directly from that transcript, so you can come in and quickly have a listen.
I feel mostly negative about food delivery because I think people waste a lot of money on it.
In addition to the summaries, we're going to pull out patterns and trends that have emerged across all of those answers. And we're also going to pull out divergent views and outliers. What were the answers that went against the grain, that were least common? Then you can go through on a transcript by transcript basis, so you can really get a sense of what the people are saying. And here then is a full transcript. So again, getting really nice, long, detailed answers. You can come in, have a listen.
I'm neutral on it. I can see positive points and negative points.
It's also possible here to translate these transcripts into pretty much any language. Here you can choose. So if you're working in a different territory and the transcripts have been provided in a different language, very easy to translate those into the language of your choice. And also here, have a little look, we've got some answers here that have been provided via video. Let's have a look at what a video answer looks like.
Yeah, so the three most important factors to me when ordering Uber Eats, I would say the first factor would be price.
And now let's take a quick look at AI search. So AI search, in effect, allows you to ask questions to your transcripts. So what we do is we take all of the answers and the transcripts and we put them into a vector database. We couple it with a large language model, and then it allows you to talk and engage with your transcripts using natural language. So in this case, we've asked, what are the key themes recurring amongst respondents, and then it's pulled out these key themes. But we can also interrogate the data using different frameworks. So using the jobs to be done framework, identify the core functional, emotional and social jobs to be done. Or we could say, did anybody mention rising food costs? Please give me some quotes. And then, here are those particular quotes that mention rising food costs. But importantly, not only is the AI going to provide you with its answer here, but it's also going to give you, show you its workings, and it does that via these snippets. This is the AI showing you the quotes that it pulled through in order to answer your question. So there you have it. That's a real top line overview of the Tellet platform. If you're looking for more detail on each one of those features, head over to the library of videos where we've got loads more detail for you there.